Man, tier maker, you had to mess up the order again. Alright, I'm doing another tier list for my YouTube videos, but it's a bit different. Last time I did a tier list for all the videos I made in 2025, and now I'm doing a tier list for all the videos I have made that are involved around my Jurassic World series. So here are all of the episodes. Unfortunately, the order got messed up, and I'm very disappointed with tier list for doing that. So I'm just I'm gonna rank them in order. So I might have to like find some of the episodes because I'm not ranking them in this muddled up order. That's just gonna make it kind of confusing. So I wanted to do this tier list just to a nostalgia callback. Some of you probably won't have seen all the episodes because my Jurassic World series started in 2022, and a lot has changed since, and I'm still working on it now. Now this series is I was considering by the end of the 4th season to make a brand new fresh one, but I was like, nah, this one's too iconic to leave. Now the reason why I was considering this was because I became good at editing. A lot had changed. It didn't really feel the same anymore, but I was like, oh well, things change. I just chose to continue this series because it's iconic. So I'll probably make separate series, but I didn't want to make a brand new Jurassic World one. I wanted to stick to the same one. Season 5, I was originally considering making a brand new fresh season 1, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. I was like, I want to just stick to the iconic series, even if a lot has changed. Now, the season that changed it all was season 4, because season 4 was when I moved to a new house, and space-wise, it wasn't great for episodes, and yeah, it wasn't good, and I also kind of messed up the plot of season 4. Season 4 was my worst season by far, so we'll get to season 4, guys. But yeah, the other seasons, aside season 4, the other seasons, they're fine. I should have some positive things to say about the other ones. So, I am pretty excited to get to this... wait, that was weird when I said that, my bad. I'm excited to get to this, and most of my new fans, you've probably only seen the 5th season, so I'm kind of excited to talk to you about the entire thing. Now, yeah, I need to get my tiers back because Tiermaker removed them. Why would you do that, Tiermaker? So I have made a last-second decision to add an SS tier, which basically just means masterpiece, and I don't know if I'll regret this because, to be honest, I don't think there's any SS tiers. I'll just give it to the definitive episode, the one that I think is the strongest. Only 1 or 2 episodes will be in that section, it's going to be a very rare one. Unlike this section, which will have a big pile of episodes, I think, yeah. This pile especially, we're gonna have some episodes down there, let's just say. But yeah, be happy, guys. I wasn't going to post a long form video, but I chose to because I was kind of bored, and I kind of like this idea, so that's pretty cool. Now, to those who watch my Jurassic World Season 5 Darkbone, you are probably the luckiest people, because Darkbone is by far my best season, editing-wise, story-wise, it's pretty good. It's because after the end of Season 4, I started just learning how to make better stories, and that really elevated Season 5. This can contain a few things. So, as you guys know, Season 5 of my series has black and white scenes. This was inspired by Better Call Saul, which is a show that also has black and white scenes, foreshadowing the future of the main character. I like that idea, I used it. I feel like these types of things helps me write my story better. This goes to my book on Wattpad too, the Spinosaur book. That has a lot of inspirations too, so I might get to that in the video where I rank every chapter of that. I want to wait till I actually finish that story though. Now, Season 5 isn't complete, there's only 6 episodes so far. I should have been patient and waited till I finished it. Season 5's not the final season, by the way. So, yeah. But yeah, I was considering waiting till I finished Season 5, but I was like, no, I want to do it now. So, here we are. Now, that was 4 minutes into analysing this very iconic series, so let's get started. Season 1, Episode 1, The Hybrid Lesson. And before I explain these episodes, I just want to say I do not remember some of them. I just thought I'd clarify that. And the ones that I don't remember will probably be in C tier. C tier is like the meh, forgettable tier. So, Season 1, Episode 1, The Hybrid Lesson is an episode... I remember the start, so... Unlike other villains in my series where they're like kind of mysterious, you don't know who they are. This episode kicks off with us already knowing that the Indominus will be the main villain of the series. This episode starts off with a Triceratops fighting the Indominus, if I remember. We also see the Indoraptor. I think there's a scene where medium-sized carnivores fight each other, and the episode ends with a Brachiosaurus. Now, it's a very random episode, I think, but it started it all. I think we've got to give it credit for that, but if I remember, it's kind of mid. Yeah. There might be episodes I go through quite quickly, so Peter. Where's episode 2? Oh, Tearmaker, why'd you do this to me? Oh, I just realized I accidentally downloaded the thumbnail to episode 3 twice. Do ignore that. Here it is. Why is it all the way down there? I got scared that I didn't have it for a second. Okay, Season 1, Episode 2, Dino War. This episode's an improvement because I remember this episode is just nuts. It's just dinosaurs fighting, if I remember. And the episode ends with the introduction of Giganotosaurus and Spinosaurus. A tier? Because it's probably one of the better episodes we're going to be getting, so I should be generous on some of these old ones. Okay, Season 1, Episode 3 is all the way here. I accidentally downloaded it twice. Same goes for... Yeah, quite a few of the episodes I accidentally downloaded twice, but ignore that. Season 1, Episode 3 is going to go... I don't remember. It's going to have to go in C tier. In fact, no, it's probably quite mid. I'll throw it in D. I feel like I'm being so mean to myself. Why am I being so mean to myself? I don't know. Season 1, Episode 4. This was the last episode to feature the text. I don't know why I stopped throwing in the text. That was kind of cool. It returns in Season 5, though. But yeah, anyway, Season 1, Episode 4. I think all I remember about this episode is I think it introduces Tarbosaurus, which is a very weird figure design, by the way. Very different to the others. And also, the green Spinosaurus gets killed by an Indominus. I think that's about it. C tier. Season 1, Episode 5 is basically a copy of Season 1, Episode 2, except it's worse. I feel like, if I remember, the fight was... This episode's just another fight episode the entire time. Now, I might not remember it, but if I remember around the time I made it, I was disappointed, because, like, the layout wasn't as good, and the fight looked a bit bad. Now, the same could be said for Episode 2, but I think that one wasn't as bad, so, yeah. Season 1, Episode 5... D tier, sorry. Season 1, Episode 6, all the way at the front. Okay, I have to have a soft spot for this episode, because I think I remember 2 bits. One bit was, I think there was a scene with the Indoraptor, and there was another scene with the Allosaurus. Yeah, this is the Allosaurus experiment, I think that's the episode name. Yeah, this episode introduces the Allosaurus, who, to this day, is still an iconic character, and I love Big Al. So, yeah, we're gonna throw it in B. Probably above Episode 1. Okay. Season 1, Episode 7. Okay. Season 1, Episode 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are the peak of Season 1, I think. The reason why is because of an iconic location. There was this green shelter, and that was like the main area for Episode 7 and 8. And I think that it was just quite a cool location. And I like Episode 7 and 8 because the Allosaurus is very involved in both of them. He was like the main villain of the middle half of Season 1. And I think he's very entertaining. And I also think this was a very comedic time point for Jurassic World Season 1. And it worked as well. So this was a very good point. I think this was the high point of Season 1. I'm actually gonna put it... I'm actually gonna put Episode 2 in B, at the top of B. I'm gonna throw Episode 7 in A tier. Episode 8 is the only Season 1 episode I remember fully. And the reason why is because a couple months ago I reacted to it. Because I spanned the wheel for what episode I'd react to, and it luckily landed on this one, which was probably the best one it could have landed on. I cannot describe how lucky I feel that the wheel landed on probably the best point of the entire season. So it was very lucky, to be honest. Yeah, I like this episode. The Indominus fights the Allosaurus. Indominus wins. There's quite a few cringy bits, but it's all good. Triceratops makes a decent appearance. I think the Suchomimus appears. And it's the last episode to use the iconic location, I think, and it's a very good send-off to the green shelter location. So, yeah, we gotta give it, in fact, S tier. It's the best episode in season 1. I don't know what to say. Absolutely beautiful. Season 1, episode 9 introduces Tora the Carnotaurus. I think this episode introduces something really weird, and that's a lizard that I had that was like a remote lizard. I think it was like an electric one that could control itself or something like that. This was weird. I don't know. I think I'll throw it in C. Episode 10, I think we had some Indominus Rex and Tarbosaurus action this episode, but if I remember, a pretty boring nothing episode, like here maybe. Episode 11's the longest episode in season 1, and it's the episode that introduces Rexy. This is the second last episode to season 1, and I think it's rather interesting because Rexy doesn't appear till the second last episode. I think for the most part, Rexy was absent this season because I wanted her to feel like a mystery, or something like that. We get a 1v1v1 between Tarbosaurus, Indominus Rex, and T-Rex. Unfortunately, it's a very missed potential scene. It's like a 1 minute fight, and Rexy kind of beats up the Indominus Rex, I think. Rexy gets a lot of scenes. We get to see baby T-Rexes, I think, and that lizard returns. Yeah, I think this episode was quite crazy, actually. I think it earns a high B tier. The finale to season 1 could have been better. Episode 11, not gonna lie, is my finale to Jurassic World season 1. Episode 12 is kind of mid, because there is a round 2 between the T-Rex and Indominus Rex, as you can tell by the thumbnail, and fight once again lasts about a minute, and this time Rexy loses. Yeah, very missed potential fight, and it looks very weird as well. It's not very fun to watch. The entire first 10 minutes of the episode is in the dark. You can barely see anything, and for some reason I have a Totoro plushie, or a Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro, and he shows up for one scene as a bad guy that was apparently started it all or something like that, started all the bad stuff. He gets a minute of screen time saying it was me all along, and then he gets killed by a T-Rex. What was the point in that? I don't know. Yeah, season 1 finale might actually be the weakest episode in the entire Jurassic World season 1. Okay, aside maybe episode 5, at least it concludes a pretty solid season. Season 1, I think, may have been the strongest season, aside season 5. So nah, I think it's gotta go weakest. Yeah, weakest episode, definitely. Season 2 trailer. Season 2 episode 1, Rexy. Good episode. Reason why? In fact, no, this is probably the best episode in season 2. Not even kidding, the opening of season 2 was its strongest point. It was a very positive start to the season, gave season 1 vibes. After that, it was kind of Season 2, episode 1 is an episode fully centered around running away from Rexy. And then it also, Mosasaurus appears, and there's even a little stop-motion sequence that I remember, the Mosasaurus chasing the main crew. So it's a very T-Rex Mosasaurus episode, and I think it was just a very cozy location that the episode took place in. You want to know where? On my gorgeous sofa. Man, I miss that sofa. I don't live in that house anymore, so that sofa gone. Anyway, season 2, episode 1, yeah, top of B tier. Actually, no, bottom of A tier, because I'm only being nice to some of these old episodes, because, let's be real, what else would be in the top tiers aside season 5? Episode 2, what happened in episode 2? I don't know. I'm still going to put in, C tier, though, a bit higher than episode 9, because I think there was some cool sequences, and there's also the iconic school bus prop that I still use to this day is in the background of this episode. I thought I'd also clarify this. Season 2 of Jurassic World was not as good as Season 1 because of the feature of Stranger Things stuff. Now, 2022 was my Stranger Things era, because that was the year where I watched it. I'm not too big on it anymore. I don't really like the last 2 seasons. I think the first 3 were good, and then the last 2 were kind of bad. But around this point, I was obsessed with it, because around the time I viewed it as, like, the God show, but, yeah. Better Call Saul. But yeah, basically, season 2 of Jurassic World probably had a lot of Stranger Things inspired moments, because I loved it around that point, which added the biggest flaw. Characters survived the stupidest things ever. I think, if I recall, there was a lot of scenes in the early seasons where people were getting eaten by dinosaurs and surviving, or like getting spat out. And yeah, I think that was the biggest con. That was the reason why I considered doing a fresh start with season 5, but I was like I said earlier, I can't do it. It's too iconic. I don't want to start a new series. So, and I think that's still a good choice. But yeah, all that aside, C-tier episode. Season 2, episode 3. This episode's called Space, and I think the only 2 things I remember is that there's some sort of telescope thing where you can look up into space, and then, oh god, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. And there was also a scene with an injured Spinosaurus, I think. I don't like that bit, because I think I made my favourite dinosaur, mind you, extremely vulnerable. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe this episode. It was kind of bad, I think. In fact, it might just go in here. I think... Does it though? I think it had a nice little forest location. Yeah. No, I don't know though. Is it? Yeah. I don't remember it that much anyway, so like, whatever. I actually have no clue what season 2 episode 4 is. I think it's this one with the Ghostbusters green guy on the... Okay, I don't mean to hurt Ghostbusters fans. I don't remember what the green guy's name is. Comment down below if you know. I do like Ghostbusters though. I still have characters in my new season with the Ghostbuster costume. It's crazy. And I also thought I'd clarify, season 1, 2, and 3 had a lot of Romeo and Night Ninja. If you don't know who they are characters from a TV show called PJ Masks, and because I was young back then, I made them the antagonist of my whole show. And you may think I'd regret that, but I don't. They had aura, not gonna lie. So they probably appear a lot on these episodes too, but I don't really remember, so it's a shame. Anyway, season 2 episode 4 introduces a raptor that I made myself that I'm kind of proud of, actually. So we had Velociraptor Blue, a Trossoraptor Red, and I made a raptor called Reduceraptor Green. Not because I like the colour green, my favourite colour is red, but I made a Reduceraptor Green. Now, next I need a Scalondaraptor Yellow. Oh, that's not good. Reduceraptor Green was in this episode. It was just like a custom creation. He had a fight with Blue, and if I remember, it's kind of cool. And this episode actually has a little cameo from Mantis. If you don't know who Mantis is, he's the villain of Jurassic World Season 5. And if you guys are wondering, they are not the same character. Which may be a bit confusing, but they are not. I'll try and find out something I can do with like the lore of that bit, but that's all I gotta say. They're not the same character, so... I mean, I don't really need to clear that up, because I bet no one has watched my Jurassic World Season 2. They've probably only watched my Season 5. But regardless, and it would make sense too, because you don't really need to watch the other seasons to watch Season 5. Like, there's no, like... I mean, aside maybe a couple of the lore from Season 4, but that season was kind of bad, so that's very skippable. Season 2, Episode 4. Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually. We got to see Green Guy from Ghostbusters. I think he came in clutch, actually. W, man. So we're going to throw Season 2, Episode 4 here. That sounds about good. Season 2, Episode 5 was requested by one of... In fact, Season 2, Episode 5, fun fact, and Season 2, Episode 8, I think they were requested by my first ever fan. I haven't spoken to them in a long time, but if they're watching this video, hope you're doing good. But yeah, Season 2, Episode 5 it was okay. I think the T-Rex had a fight with the Giganotosaurus. I think the Giganotosaurus died in this episode, which I think ended up being really stupid because he came back and it wasn't really impactful to Giganotosaurus fans. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Giganotosaurus came back as in he survived getting killed. I'm just saying it was like a different one, but it was still the exact same sculpt, like the exact same toy. So it didn't really, to the Gig fans, it probably wouldn't be sad to them anymore. This episode was okay. It wasn't great. Here. In fact, no, maybe top of here. I don't think the fight was very enjoyable to watch. This goes for a lot of my old season episodes because editing was I wasn't that good at editing back then. It was a pretty episode. Season 2, episode 6, and episodes. I'm not going to say the other number. These two episodes take place in a really weird location. It takes place on like a carpet with like really cartoony looking trees and stuff like that. I think it was a very weak location. In fact, I have no clue what happens in them, so I might just throw them down here. I think there was one scene though where the group escaped from a sleeping T-Rex. That was cool, but I don't remember which episode it happened in. I should have done a lot more preparing, but oh well. Where's episode 7? Which one was episode 7? I actually don't know. Be right back. Oh wait, no, it's episode 8 next. My bad. So in case I cannot talk properly today. So yeah, episode 8 was T-Rex destruction. This was also a request from my first fan. This was an improvement, I think. I think this one was better. I think it was just a... Now, the problem with Season 2 and 3 and 4, all of them, Season 5 and 1 have consistent episode runtimes, but Season 2, 3, and 4 don't. There's a lot of really long episodes and a lot of really short episodes. This episode was quite short, but I hope you guys can't hear the helicopter outside. Just listen to me, okay? The helicopter don't matter. It's a bit loud. You guys might not hear it. Anyway, Season 2, Episode 8 was short. I think it was just a fun little adventure escaping the T-Rex. And that in it does its job fine. B tier. Episode 9 and 10 were horrible. The villain of Season 2 this whole time was just a Dasplatosaurus that was trying to live its life and eat food. And this wasn't a pointless villain because it didn't appear till the very nearly the end of the show, of the season. So it was a pointless villain. I don't remember anything that happens in this episode, but one thing I do remember, I didn't really know how to edit back then, so the episode got split into 2 parts because I accidentally pressed to end the video during the recording of the first half. So they both got split into 2 goofy segments, and it was not very pretty. I think I might throw it in G tier. I think I'll throw the episode with the Dasplatosaurus on the thumbnail a bit higher though, because he was clearly the main villain attraction for some reason. The finale of Season 2, oh boy, the end to a relatively bland season. Not saying it's bad. Episode 1 was kind of peak. Like, episode 1 was definitely the best episode. But, yeah, the end to the series. So, Season 2 luckily has a much better finale episode than Season 1. That's the one thing I'll give it. Season 1 peaks with the middle section, and Season 2 peaks with the start and end, so they're the opposite. So Season 2's finale is like just a fun fight episode, like Team 1 versus Team 2, and I think it's pretty cool. There was a scene where I accidentally fell off my bed when I was trying to do a scene of Caveman, I think it was, climbing up a mountain trying to escape. It was kind of funny. So I think shortly after I made a bit saying, it didn't hurt me, don't worry guys, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. Jesus, it was so memorable. Yeah, good episode. I think it goes here. No, it's definitely better than... In fact, no, top of B. Top of B, definitely. Where's the Season 3 trailer? Here it is. I hate this trailer. Season 3 is a very mixed season. It's either kind of going... It's either cool or it's not cool. Season 3, I wanted to make like Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3. I wanted it to be dark. I wanted the Ultimasaurus to be scary. Was he scary? No. I didn't have the editing skills to make scary scenes back then, really. Or I didn't have the good enough acting. So it just ended up being the same as Season 2 and 3. Season 2 and 1, I mean. So, yeah, pretty mid. Trailer basically lied to all of you. I apologize. Season 3 trailer is gonna go in F tier. Oh. In F tier. An FF tier, a bit below Season 2 trailer. Season 3 Episode 1 was an okay start, I think. Where is it? There it is. It was an okay start. this episode was kind of nuts because it had all of the main theropods in this episode: Indominus, Spino, and T-Rex. I don't know where the Gig was. He was probably still dead, but he returned eventually. So somehow Gig returned, I guess. Yeah, this episode has all the main theropods. I think they kind of do cool stuff. It was an okay episode. I don't really remember. Also, it was 30 minutes. So it was strangely quite long. I don't know how. It was like weird length, but oh well. I think it is good. Yeah, I think it is good. In fact, I'm gonna put episode 4 higher than episode 9. Yeah, that's good. Where's episode 2? Golly gosh, I hate season 3, episode 2. What a downgrade from episode 1. Now, it's a shame, because this episode had potential to be good. I think we got sent to this really cool location at one point. But I think there was a shark in this episode, for God's sake. It's a shame, because I think this episode was going to be really good. But it was only 10 minutes long, which is a whole 20 minutes shorter than the first episode. What happened? In one of the scenes, my phone that I was using to record fell off the sofa. And I didn't know, when it fell, I didn't know what it was showing on the camera, making me think, well, what if it showed something I didn't want to be shown on the camera? So, like, I was like, oh. And I didn't know how to edit back then, so I couldn't cut it out. So, my first instinct was to make the episode shorter in case I had to restart. So, yeah. It was bad because of that. I'm still very sad by this. It's much a shame. That doesn't make sense, but still, hopefully you get what I mean. It's a shame. I think we're gonna throw it in FF. Sorry. Where's episode 3? Here it is. This episode has a Stegosaurus head. That's about all I remember. The only pro about this episode is I think it was way more consistent with the runtime again. Yeah, it was. I don't remember what happened though. We're gonna throw it here. I think some pre-action related stuff happened though. Oh, episode 4 returned the Reduceraptor Green, and I think Rexy and Therizinosaurus were throwing hands in this episode. So, yeah, because of that, it's gonna get a high score. I think it was kind of fun, so I'm going to throw it a bit above T-Rex Destruction, I think. Season 3's middle half might be the weakest middle, aside Season 4, Season 3 has the weakest middle half known to man. Has a lot of pointless episodes, it's insane how pointless some of these episodes are. I remember what episode 5 and 6 are, but after that you're going to have to wish me luck, because I don't really remember. Oh wait, no, I do now. That was quick. Season 3, episode 5 and 6, once again, I think I accidentally ended the video. It was either a to be continued or I accidentally ended the video. Both episodes are stupidly short. It could have been a lot longer. I think this was the start of the San Diego era, which was my main location for Season 3. Season 3, to its credit, it had a lot of episodes where it was just crazy fighting, like huge wars between the dinosaurs. And these 2 episodes had a lot of that, so I can't exactly throw it low, because it's kind of fun. So I'm going to put both of them in beta. They're going to be like the only short episodes to get thrown this high, by the way. Okay, the follow-up episode. I remember the follow-up episode. So the follow-up episode is not only inconsistent with the runtime again, but it's an episode about the Mosasaurus, which may sound cool, but not what I did. So episode 6, I thought I'd clarify, I actually ended off with the Mosasaurus eating every dinosaur in the arena to become a monster. Now this was stupid, because all the dinosaurs, they get eaten, but they're not dead. Like, they're still active. Like, I don't know what happened. I really got into the Stranger Things type of writing. I'm not saying it's a bad show. Like, the start was good, but its writing is a bit confusing in some bits. I feel like I tried to be like that somehow, and it didn't go to plan. It's safe to say. So, you know what? Yeah, G-tier episode. Same with this one. These 2 episodes were like the dangerous bland point of the show. Okay, now it's episode 9. Okay, this one's bad as well. We get another fight between Indominus and T-Rex, as you can tell by the thumbnail. And it's wasted again. In fact, I might throw it in the same slot as where I put the other one. Like, I'm pretty sure it kind of follows a similar bit, but the fight's awful. It's a shame. Alright, so the next episode is, like, a huge hiatus. Like, this episode was filmed 1 month after the last one. Season 3 not only was inconsistent with runtime, but it was inconsistent with how long it took me to make an episode. There was a lot of points where I went absent. Not as bad as Season 4, though. We'll get to that. I hate the pattern of Season 4. It's so untidy. I'll get to it, though. So, Season 3, Episode 10, on the bright side, is a huge improvement. We have, like, a science lab massacre. I think we get a lot of lore of the Allosauruses, and as you guys know, I absolutely love the Allosauruses. I'm not saying my favourite dino. It's probably my top 5, but it's not my favourite dino. But in this series, it's pretty cool. So, this episode, I'm pretty sure, I think it's quite fitting for it to go... Oh boy, it's so hard to pick. I think it's going to go a bit above episode... Oh my god. A bit above these two. Yeah, sounds about good. Episode 11. A long episode and a cool fight between the two Allosaurs and Indominus. I'm going to probably revisit that episode soon because I need some lore for my Allosaurs, my goat. Yeah, this episode was kind of fun, I think, actually. I think a lot of fun stuff was going on. Oh, Jesus, there's barely anything up here. I knew my series was bad. Here. No, what am I doing? It's better than this episode. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now I need to try remember again. I think this episode was next. This episode was the one that had Ultimasaurus in action. It attacked our main group, and then it also had a fight with the Bull T-Rex and killed it, because apparently I don't like the Bull T-Rex. Yeah, this episode is okay. I think it was just a normal episode. I'm going to throw it maybe a bit above that one. Okay, these next two episodes. I think this next episode, I forgot to mention, this was around the time point Owen got introduced, my most iconic character. Which may sound crazy, because he's basically like the main character at the minute. But it's weird, because I just realized he was actually introduced in Season 3 as like a twist character. Because, yeah. So, yeah, he was very late joining the show. He also had like a brother, his name was Rowan, which was basically Mr. Bean, I think. I don't really remember, guys, I'm sorry. This was the time point that introduced him, but that aside, this was not a good era for Season 3. Season 3 either had a good era or a bad era. Season 3 episode, what episode number even is this? 12, right? Oh god, okay. So okay, yeah, I think this is Season 3, Episode 12. Yeah, it was a pretty, it wasn't a great episode. I'm doing a lot of thinking today, so that's why I sound weird, but this episode is going to go in, it's got to be a C, I think. It's going to go a bit below this one. The next episode's awful, and only for one reason. Ultimasaurus got absolutely destroyed by a group of raptors. Like, I had to, add a scene in Season 5 where Mantis was telling Romeo and Night Ninja for making the Ultimasaurus extremely weak, because I was like, Jesus, because it came to the point where I realized this guy was not the main threat. I was going to make him the biggest threat of the whole series, and I realized how weak he actually was, so I made it so that it was accidentally weak in a flashback scene. So, yeah. And I'm planning, spoilers if you don't want to know, but I'm planning on returning Ultimasaurus, I'll try to get a cool action figure of him, what he actually looks like as well, because this guy's basically just a repainted T-Rex. Doesn't mean I don't like him though, he's still a very cool action figure. But yeah, I'm gonna try to return Ultimasaurus in the finale of my series, I think, and make him actually a final boss. But yeah, this guy was weak in this series, and this episode does not do it justice. Okay, what we got next? Oh, this one. I don't know if this is the next episode, but it was around this time point. So this episode is another episode which is literally just fighting and crazy stuff. And Rexy appears at the end of the episode after a bit of absence, so it's actually okay. This might be the better episode of this Season 3 time point, because Season 3, out of all the out of the original trilogy, season 3 is nowhere near as good as season 1 and 2. So I'm gonna put it like around. I might put it above Dino War. Okay, what's next? I can't be that bad, right? What is this episode? What happened? I don't know, sorry. In you go. I think this might be the episode that only had humans in, actually. There was one, in the second final episode of season 3, I think it was literally just humans. So, yeah. And is this the finale to season 3? Oh, why it is. Okay. Season 3 finale was the strongest episode. This was like another just dinosaurs fighting episode. It was a lot of fun to make. I think I enjoyed the behind the scenes. I think I had a lot of fun making this finale. It's got to go at the bottom of A tier. It was a good finale to make. Oh boy, not season 4. We are now moving on to season 4, which is the shortest season by far, of only 7 episodes. Now, why? Because I did not enjoy it. Now, season 4 episode 1 and 2 came out around the same time. After that, I did not make another episode for a year. Now, here's when I made the mistake. After this absence and realization that I didn't like what I did with it, I should have done a reset. I should have restarted. I wouldn't have meant I would have deleted the videos of the original episodes. I would have kept them as like the original concept episodes, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. I'm not the type of guy that likes to restart stuff. I don't know why. So yeah, it led us with this catastrophic season. A lot of the episodes are going to be very far down an F tier, let's just say that. There was quite a few good things about season 4 at the end, but that was only because the final few episodes of season 4 came out like a few months ago, because that's how much I generally didn't enjoy the production of season 4, because there was so much absence points, so I only just recently finished it. It's such an untidy season. Like, there's such big gaps in between because I took so many hiatuses from it, and the plot points are weird. King Kong's in this season. It's a mess, man. I don't like this season. All right, what we got first? Season 4, episode 1. This episode is bad because the ratio is weird because it's uploaded from KineMaster, meaning there's like a rectangle screen, so you can barely really see it. And the episode starts off with them running from Rexy, which is an okay start, but the biggest problem is the room I was using was tiny, because this is a brand new house. Now, I made a big mistake. Season 4 could have been really good. I was originally going to do season 4, like just a couple of days after season 3 ended. I was going to film it around the time I was still in the original house, and I was going to... I had some cool concepts for the episodes. It would have been so much better if I did it then, especially for the Liplorodon scene, which is the underwater scene of this episode, because in the very first house there, it was like a lot better for filming the episodes. So if I was to film season 4 shortly after season 3, it would have been a much better season, because yeah, for obvious reasons. The Liplorodon was such missed potential. I chose to throw him in season 4. And yeah, he would have been cool if I was in the first house, but yeah. This second house, this was around time I was in the second house. I don't live in this house anymore. What I mean by that is, like, when I filmed season 4 episode 1, that was in like the second house, and I was out of our very first house, which is where my very first YouTube video happened. And yeah, this house wasn't... I think I should have just waited till I moved to my current house, because this house didn't have, like, a huge amount of space to film these episodes, meaning every scene was almost in the same spot, which makes me really baffled as to how Iron Lung was filmed in one room. Props to Markiplier, man. But yeah, the Liplorodon is, like, the one decent thing about Season 4, because Season 4 has these creatures. I think the concept for the season was just to have crazy dinosaur creatures, and I think that was also the concept for an original Jurassic Park 4, and it got scrapped. So it still had some of the OG dinosaurs, but season 4 is mostly like skull crawlers and all that, and it doesn't work. All I did was rename it, but that didn't really do much. So yeah, the Liplorodon was one of the, like, something that had potential but got missed, because it was just like in the same zone. And I think, if I remember, the humans actually put up a fight against the Liplorodon. So Yeah, okay, I don't really know, man. Now, even after all the hate I'm putting to this episode, the one good thing about it is this takes place around Christmas, so it feels nice and festive, at least, but that doesn't really do it justice. So, this is what I mean, though, like, the start of Season 4 took place in winter, and the end took place in summer, so, yeah, I was not enjoying it. That's how long I took to finish it. It took me nearly 2 years, so, with just 7 episodes as well. So, Season 4, Episode 1, it sucks, but it's one of the better episodes, surprisingly. So, I think I'm going to throw it here. Season 4, Episode 2 is G tier. The entire episode is crazy. I don't know what to say, man. It's like the start of the real weird plots. It doesn't work. Season 4, Episode 3 has a narrator in it for some reason. This was my return episode after a year, and I rushed it because this was Christmas Eve of 2024. Which is saying something, because last episode was nearly Christmas Eve of 2023. So yeah, 1 year gap, around Christmas still. Asides that really cool appearance of the awesome Christmas tree at the end, this episode sucks. There's a fight between the T-Rex and the Skullcrawler, and it's wasted potential because it's a really bad fight. There's a narration to the episode for some reason, the talking is quiet. Jesus, man. Worst, probably, might even be the worst episode. And what am I doing? This is at the very bottom. This is also at the very bottom. I don't know what to say about Season 4, man. So bad. Season 4, Episode 4, okay, I take it back. This might be the best one, because Big Al, my goat, appears, because Big Al is also on this brand new island this season. And one plot point that I give Season 4 credit for was that I made it so that it was some sort of experiment that made every dinosaur be, like, 10 times bigger than they were in the first place, which was good because it made the fight scenes better, but we'll get to that in Season 5, because that's the first season to fully contain the dinosaurs in their brand new size. So, anyway, yeah, Season 4, Episode 4, this might be the strongest episode. Surprisingly, I'm actually going to throw it at the, like, around, underneath Season 1, Episode 12. I think that sounds good. Season 4, Episode 5 sucks. It had a cool fight between a Metrocanthosaurus and an Ankylosaurus, though. So, credit for that. Here. Also, it had the IRL Spinosaurus in, which unfortunately is also very missed potential. Anyway. This is the best episode in Season 4. I take it back. I keep taking it back, but I forgot about this episode, which makes me guilty. Now, I've been hating on Jurassic World Season 4 a lot, so much that I even mention it during the episodes and, like, the end and the start of the video, and, like, explaining why it took so long to continue. But I will give Season 4 credit. Season 4, Episode 6 is good. I think out of all of the Season 4 episodes, this is the only one I can call good. I don't know why. It had the Dilophosaurus in, that was kind of cool. It just felt like the most normal to me. So I'm going to actually throw it in a surprisingly strong bottom, like near bottom of B tier. This is easily the best episode of Jurassic World Season 4. Where's the finale episode to Season 4? Let's get this terrible season over with. The finale to Jurassic World Season 4. I mean, it was kind of action-packed, I guess. This is when all the dinosaurs like T-Rex, Gig, Spino, Indom, they all become big. Like, they all grow. Meaning the fight scenes were cooler, I guess, but it was mid. It was such a strangely interesting finale for such a season that was a mess, and that's why it doesn't work, in my opinion. I'm going to throw it here in C tier. Oh, thank God we have made it to the new season. Darkborn, which is actually the first title I've given to a Jurassic World season, is the heaven of the Jurassic World series. It's obviously me in my prime, which may sound kind of cringe to say, but if we're talking the Jurassic World series, then it is. Jurassic World Season 5 is by far my best season. This is when I actually start editing. I could have done editing for Season 4, but I didn't, because I was like, it's a mess. I don't really feel like making it quality now. So, yeah. But yeah, Season 5 was when I proper took advantage of the editing. I added black and white scenes, like I said, inspired by Better Call Saul. And there's like a lot of like flashback scenes. I think it's a pretty cool season. I think it's been going well at the minute. Season 5, Episode 1 is a good episode. The ending is the Indominus Rex just trying to kill them, which is a normal ending. And the first 20 minutes is actually black and white. It shows how Mantis got attacked by Scorpius Rex. It shows Owen's life without being a blue. It's cool, I think. I think this is a very good setup. I'm gonna put it here. I think, yeah. Season 5, Episode 2. Episode 2s tend to be quite weak compared to their predecessor, because like it's kind of like the point where you don't know what to do next. But, and don't get me wrong, Episode 2 is like the most isolated to the main plot. It's kind of just like moving about a bit and getting used to the new series. But I don't know why, there's this strange, calm, charming... Like, I don't know why, Season 5, Episode 2 is charming. It's just calm. It's interesting. Also, the episode ends with Big Al My Goat. I'm going to throw it in a very surprising A tier. Like, above Episode 1. Season 5, Episode 3 is the weakest episode in Jurassic World Season 5 at the moment, I think. Don't get me wrong, it's still decent, which is saying something, meaning Season 5 is an improvement. And it has a pretty cool scene with Mantis, the main villain, and I'm planning on making Mantis a really good written villain. I think he's going really well at the moment. But yeah, Season 5, Episode 3. Indoraptor shows up. I could have done a bit more with him, but I didn't, like, oh well. And yeah, it's pretty interesting, and there's a lot. The Dilophosaurus from Season 4 comes back just to get beaten up by a Tyrannosaurus, and what else happens? There's a bit of flashback scenes at the start, I guess. Yeah, it's the least memorable episode, I think, and also another reason why I don't like this episode. I forgot to mention, as much as I like Season 5, I still bring slight callbacks to Season 4's weird creatures, just to show like flashbacks, like how the Spinosaurus got off the island, like how it found the helicopter and all that, which I think is pretty cool. But like, unfortunately, I kind of wasted the Spino's potential, because in this episode I made it so that he got trapped. So that's a shame. I don't know why I do that to my favorite dinosaur, but it's all good. Yeah, this episode's okay. It's like the okay one of the series, but I don't want to put it too low, because it's still got so much better quality compared to a lot of the other episodes. Like much better quality. I think it's gonna go here. That sounds about good. Season 5, Episode 4 is the shortest episode, and it's about half an hour. So here's what I like about Season 5. It's longer runtime, so you get to see more lore for each episode. There's a T-Rex scene. It's actually my only T-Rex scene at the moment. T-Rex isn't really my big focus for Season 5, but he got one cool little bus scene. The Carnotaurus appears at the end of the episode, and I wanted to be a bit inspired by the Lost World novel, so I made it so that he was like proper menace. I'm making it so that even the T-Rex and the Indominus are scared of this guy. So the Carno is a menace, and we'll explain even more why he's a menace at the end of the episode. Now, this episode has a bit of a middle scene that drags with the talking. The only reason I added this scene was just a character talking, and also just because I wanted the episode to be a bit longer. So, yeah, I think regardless, though, it's still an A-tier episode. I think I'm going to put it a bit below the Season 3 finale. Oh, I forgot about the Season 5 prologue. That's my bad. It's okay. The acting is kind of bad, but Scorpius Rex, sneak peek, I guess. It's not going to go any higher than the bottom of C-tier. I can't put the prologues or the trailers that high. Season 5, Episode 5. Okay, this is the best episode in Season 5 so far. And I'm actually going to give it the MVP award. This is the SS tier of my series. I really like what I did with the ending. So, like, Owen splits up with the group. There's, like, 2 different, like, to be continued moments where we have to wait till next episode to see what happens to Owen, who's trapped in a fire, and the others who are getting attacked by the Scorpius Rex. Big Al also gets a scene. Big Al, my goat. He will get a lot more to do later, trust me. There's a big flashback scene. Like, the middle half of the episode is entirely black and white. I really thank Better Call Saul for this inspiration, because I really like filming the black and white scenes, where we get a lot of scenes between Mantis and Romeo Night Ninja, and I think they were enjoyable to make and kind of funny. So that was good. In the start of the episode, this has the biggest plot twist. I wanted to kind of make up for my mistakes of making the characters so plot armor in the earlier seasons, so I made it so that Caveman died. So rest in peace, Caveman. Unfortunately, the acting is so kind of bad, because like I'm not professional yet, so if it was good, then I think this would have been a genuinely sad scene, but due to the mid-acting, it can kind of come across as just a rest in peace Caveman scene. But it could be considered sad just because of how nostalgic he was as a character. But yeah, that's why I wanted to make Carnotaurus like a menace. I wanted Carnotaurus to be the one to kill something. Like, I wanted to show how scary he actually was. Yeah, this episode was actually enjoyable to make. It's going to be the MVP episode, I think. The newest episode is good as well, I think. It's not as good. It's a lot slower paced, but I like it. I think this is the only Darkborn episode. No, the only episode in the entire series. This is the only episode in my Jurassic World series that has that fully takes place at night. Now, I had bad expectations for the start, because the black and white scene, this is the only black and white scene I was disappointed with, and it's in this very episode. And it's where Daphne reacts to Caveman's death. I wanted to make this scene good, and I actually managed to get a couple tears out of my eyes, and it was okay at first, but then I lost all of the, like, potential. I was trying to make a well-acted scene, and it didn't really work. I was considering cutting it out from the episode, but I chose to keep it, because why not? Like, just, why not? And then the rest of the episode is just Owen successfully escapes the trap. The others try to endure the Scorpius Rex. Daphne gets poisoned, so they have to go to a lab to get some medicine. And, yeah, the Scorpius Rex is cool in this episode, and I like the rivalry with Mantis. And Mantis actually, we think he kills it at the end of the episode just for him to get back up. Because, like, sure, the Scorpius got hurt from that huge missile that he injured from Mantis, but it didn't kill him. So, yeah, I like what I did here. It was pretty cool. I like how the episode is so slow paced, because it makes you, like, I had a feeling that this episode honestly felt like a finale. Like, I thought, to some people's eyes, that season 5 episode 6 could be viewed as a finale, because I thought I made it kind of believable, like, generally, that the Scorpius was dead, because I made the pacing so much slower, to the point where it almost felt like he was actually dead. Like, he didn't get up instantly. Like, I kind of like what I did here. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. Good episode. It made up for its pretty mid-start. It's gonna go a bit above the season 3 finale, a bit above first episode, a bit above the second episode, a bit above Rexy. Not as good as the bus drive. We love the bus drive. So yeah, this is my list. Unfortunately, only 2 episodes made it in the S section, which kind of sucks, because sure, a lot of these episodes are kind of garbage, but this series still means a lot to me. It still has a lot of funny moments, especially from my older episodes. It's iconic. I clearly had fun. This series means a lot to me, even if a lot is just fun garbage. If you've watched my entire series, I hope you like it. Most of you have probably only seen season 5, which is probably lucky. Please comment down below your thoughts on it. I actually want to hear some opinions. I absolutely love you all. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.